welcome to this Hidden Gems of SECURITHOR, the part 2. We will focus this morning on the Weboperator, some of the hidden aspects of Weboperator. And if we have time toward the end, we will look at push notification, push verification, the services that we have for SECURITHOR. I'm going to cut the camera to give you more focus on the screen as I'm sharing my SECURITHOR screen. Actually, I'm sharing more than SECURITHOR, our catalog here. So what I will show mainly today is here in the catalog, the Weboperator. And along the presentation, I will show you from my connected Android. I have also connected Chrome completely separately from my machine. And most of the presentation will be done from my SECURITHOR, which is installed in the data center, so you can run it on a virtual machine. So, Weboperator, what is it? You know SECURITHOR as a Windows application, but there is a web access for it. So what we do is we install a web server and we connect it to the database. So you can have more connections to the database. Open ports are typically we run on port 7000 and 7001. So 7000 because there is a second application that we install with Weboperator, which we call STM for SECURITHOR Mobile. So the various users of Weboperator are typically admin staff that can do data entry. So you can reserve the SECURITHOR web interface, this one, for your operators that are processing alarm, but you can double your capacity to enter edit accounts by using Weboperator. So the both can coexist, even if you have the ST1 version, the single computer version. So this second category of user would be the supervisors from the central. They can access a Weboperator to know what's happening, who's connected, and they also have this little tool, this STM SECURITHOR mobile, that shows them key information matrix that we have in SECURITHOR. So they have an overview of the alarms. They know which operator is currently connected, key matrix, and they know which systems are running at the time. Weboperator per se is sold by number of connections. So we install the server and it comes with one access, and then you can add more access. The number of access you require is essentially the, I would say, the number of concurrent person that you need in Weboperator. So that means that you can give access to, for example, to key account holders. So I'm going to log in with my master operator to show you that if you give access to a major account holder, for example, a dealer or manager of a pharmacy chain, they can go in, they can modify the information, for example, the contact list, and they can modify, let's say, a phone number that you have inside or the contact. They can also modify schedules directly from Weboperator. What they can do as well, if you change the user or the password of a camera, they can edit it from Weboperator. The last category of users we have in Weboperator, and that's really who we made Weboperator for. They are the installers. makes more sense for installers because what an installer can do, if we go into this account information here, and we enable the test mode. So that's going to be today, 10:06. Today is 7th, yeah, at 10:06. If I put an account like this 1236 here in test mode, so we have a list here in the traffic, everything that will come for the next 15 minutes will be automatically processed in Securithor. So the operator does not have to respond to the alarms, to any signal that comes from for account 1236. Your installer can be at the site, he can trigger every zone he wants. He's going to be able to see in traffic the signals. Let's say that if I send a signal at in Weboperator, I'm going to send a signal so you see in traffic. So in traffic here we have it on the Securithor side. We have our panic signal that I just generated that came in, but the operator does not have to process it. There is a test header in front of the description that tells you that you're in test mode. So what, and you have the same here in the traffic of Weboperator. So that means that your installer can do whatever he wants. He does not have to be like in old times. He had to be on the phone with an operator. So that means that your costing, your staff costing is much lower because you don't need to have every morning to have an operator that is just dedicated to the test. So let's say that you have like 2,000 sites and you do at least one visit per year to verify the site, especially if you have fire panels. It means that every day you would need an operator that would be just answering the installer. With a Weboperator, you don't need it. Your installer can be in the field with his laptop, or he can use an iPad. Actually, let me bring my iPad in. So there's a view of my iPad where I can access Weboperator the same way as I can from the desktop. So I have the same view here. Let me just, yeah, I need to be directly on the iPad. I cannot just point the mouse to it. And I'm saying iPad, but it does not have to be the fancy and expensive Apple one. Any, well, not any, but most cheap Android will work. Just keep in mind that you need web browser, you need internet that can come from the hotspot of your phone, and you need a display that is at least 1024 pixel wide. That's the minimum condition for using an iPad. Among the things our installer can do with the iPad that are a bit unknown, it's this view here. I'm going to switch my user because I'm going to show you a bit later that this user is a bit restricted and why we do it like this. I'm going to log in with the full capacity user, which unfortunately is already logged in here. So that means that you see that there is a session control on Weboperator. So I'm going to go back here to my iPad and I'm going to enter my credentials here it is. So I'm going to go to account management, and what I want to show you that is specific to iPad. There is this browse button here. So if I upload an attachment from the iPad, there is something more that you can do. You can take a picture. So you are, let's look at it this way. I can take a photo from the iPad, and I can upload it in the account. That is particular to an iPad. You can do it and have this picture showing in the account. So you can do a survey of a site and do it from the iPad. So I was saying that there was some restrictions on the access of the iPad. So that means that I do this in Securithor by going to operators, and this is where the magic happens. So my installer here, I don't want him to see all the accounts that I have. I don't want him to mess with the accounts that I have. So there is a way when I create a user for him, like for example, in this case, Sergio. Sergio is a nice guy, but I want him only to work with a specific group of account. In what I mean by group, it could be a single account, in fact. So I sandbox Sergio. In this case, I'm giving him access to only the group 3. So what is group 3? I'm going to go to more in group management. Here's the group 3. Group 3 is essentially a group of accounts, and Sergio only has access to 2 accounts, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 6 here. And that's done when I go to account management. I'm going to go to account information here, and you select to which group the account belongs. So in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, G3 is selected, and 11, and you see in 1111, G3 is not selected. So that means that Sergio essentially is limited to only 2 accounts. So Sergio's access is here. And in the traffic, you're going to see only 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 6. No events for it, but if I punch 1111, it's there is nothing. He does not have access. So, and the proof is in the pudding. Here, when we go to account management, Sergio only has access to 1, 2, 3, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Furthermore, if I go to this, I'm typing here and there's nothing happening. There's a reason for this. It's because in operators here, I remove some of the access rights of Sergio. So namely, Sergio cannot edit an account, he cannot create it, it cannot delete it, he is limited in his access right. He has the possibility to see the traffic, but that's it. He cannot do more. So your installer, you're restricted to an account, or basically the accounts he owns if he's a dealer, or the accounts he's working on if he's an installer. And you can go into your account, so in account management, and you can, tomorrow is going to work on 1111. And here it is. You select it, you can deselect 1, 2, 3, 4 he's working on today, and that's it. Sergio won't have on the next login, Sergio won't have access to those accounts. So getting back to my web operator here, I'm going to log out Sergio from here. I'm going to log back with my supervisor account. And on my iPad, I'm going to log in with Sergio, which is operator 2, and password 1, 2, 3, 4. Not now. So Sergio logs in. Oh, by the way, there are several languages in Weboperator. You can log in with your preferred language among the ones that are available. But keep in mind that it has to be at the login. So I'm logging from the iPad with Sergio's ID and my supervisor here, the operator 1. I'm in the desktop here. And that's to show you that we have session management. So you know who is connected among your operator, and you can, in fact, terminate an operator or an installer. There is session control in the sense that if Sergio goes for 5 minutes, 5 minutes and not touching anything in Weboperator, the session will terminate by itself. So that leaves you in access for another user. That's important in the sense that your connection to Weboperator and database is licensed in terms of concurrent user. So you could have 10 registered user if you want. But if your license is good for 2 at a time, only 2 of the 10 will log in simultaneously. So what else are we showing in Weboperator? So Weboperator, we're going to go back here. There is a way to do a simple report. So if I'm select, so you have filters, a bit like in the SECURITHOR operator interface. It's about the same. It's I'd say 90% of the same. There are some, I'd say, big differences in the sense that you cannot process an event from Weboperator, and in camera management, while you can edit cameras, you can add cameras, you can edit some of the access here. Um, you don't have the viewers that we have in Securitar. Reason being that most of the viewers that we are using have a very high level SDK integration, and there are things in it that do not translate well to the web. So it's kept like this. The other about the alarm processing, it's really a question of security in for the web access, given that the access to the database is pretty much open when you use Weboperator. But the rest of the information that you have in the account, so for example, 1236 here, images that you have, your alarm codes, and what you do with your alarm codes, it's about the same in so I'm showing here account 1236 code E130 burglary, and we're going to go in Securitar. It's about the same. There are some tiny differences, but most of it is the same. I'm viewing something on my iPad just to show you. So this is the session timeout. 5 minutes without touching it, and you have this timer where you can click to continue the session or not. Something we could also look into, I'm going to log out of the of this and I'm going to go to, let me check if I can show my iPhone. connect. And I'm connecting from my iPhone that I'm going to show on screen. Let's see if, so it works. Yeah, it's going to be difficult to show it to you. So in iPhone, so I'm going to show you from the Android phone, because in Android, what I know I can do is I can turn this thing upside down, and I'm going to copy my my access. So that's not the one I want to copy. So the external access to this web operator is this one. And I'm going to log in. No, I don't want to. Sorry, it's not cooperating. Okay. So I was saying that you can change the language from one we have here. So if you don't see your language, you want to add one, we can provide you with the translation file, and we can do it as well. So what I wanted to show you is that, yeah, I'm logging here, session control. I'm going to log out. And I'm going to log back in. So it's a bit cumbersome on a phone. There's a lot of information in Weboperator, but what I wanted to show you is that while account management is a bit difficult if you have the phone in portrait mode, if you are in landscape, it's actually a bit easier to show the information, and you can basically continue here, and you can have more information on your traffic. So it is possible to view the traffic from Weboperator in a phone. And I'm going to turn my phone back to this mode, as you will see, because we will need it for the push notification. So that's pretty much what you can do with Weboperator. Just quick recap. It's about 90% of what you have in the Securithor web interface. Both can coexist, meaning that you can have a number of operator in your license, and you can have different web operators in the web access. Your access is marshaled by the operator definition in operator management, and you decide how you sandbox a specific operator, which group you assign to it, and that will limit the accounts he can access this way. Or, as I did with my operator one, you can give full access if you want. So that's a nice way. Oh, I'm reminded that there is a customer in Africa that actually uses it for salesmen. He sends salesmen with iPads. So when he onboards a customer from the customer home, he can fill all the details in his iPad. Looks more professional this way. He also uses the iPad and web access when he does stands near the exit of a supermarket. So when they do a promotional campaign, they do it like this. They show the access. They onboarded the customer directly in the iPad using a Weboperator. So it's all possible. So our next topic today will be in the hidden gems. It will be push notification. So it's actually a service. Compared to a lot of things that we have in Securithor, it's a service that we offer. So this is done by connecting SECURITHOR to our servers. There are various levels of service. There is first the push notification, just the basic push notification. And there is a push verification that we call it, meaning that we ask the subscriber to confirm the alarm. And there is actually a third level of service where we have an assistance button in it, and assistance button would be here, and also the ability to view some of the images that we get in SECURITHOR. So how is it done? So once you contract the service with MCDI, we add it to your SECURITHOR. And you're going to have to register your users in SECURITHOR. Namely, for example, this one here, you give them access to Verificator, to the Verificator app with an email and a password. In SECURITHOR, we also have in Central Info the means to send them this welcome letter that you can craft yourself in any language that you want. And when we click the send invite, it's going to send this personalized welcome letter. So I did it for our friends at Kingfisher recently with their image. So that means that you can also upload the logo of your central. So when we log into the Verificator app, it's going to show the logo that you have here. It's going to show the phone number that we set up here, and the same for the WhatsApp number. So the WhatsApp number will show, let's go back here in settings in the WhatsApp central. To be noted as well, in Verificator. So Verificator is available for both Android and iOS. I'm showing iOS here. There's a variety of languages. In this case, I turned it to Portuguese because I can't find my way back. There is Arabic, and I'm not too sure I can find my way back in English. But what you see here is that there are several languages. Same here on the Android side. And here it's in French. And I can basically get back to, let me see if I can get back to English. Yeah, and here it is. Okay, and on the iPhone side, let's bring back the iPhone on top. Where is my iPhone? Here it is. So this one here, same thing on both sides. Something to remember, you cannot have the same user login in two phones. It's really a single one. There is session control, so you don't have 6% login with the same ID at the same time. So the ID here is in Central Info. So what are we sending as a push notification? So we're going to go into alarm code, and the beauty of it is you can do it in the granular manner, meaning that you decide what gets sent to the user. So I skipped a few steps. The app that we use for this is the Verificator app. Here, it's available on the App Store and the Play Store of MCDI. There are ways to make completely personalized app. Contact me. It's a process. We have to go through it. But meanwhile, you can work with the personalization that we have inside the app. And what I mean also by the personalization is you can specify things like the about us in the app. Going to go back to the app, and even I would say the privacy. Where is the app? Verificator, and here it is. Even the privacy you can modify and have your own. So that's done in Central Info. You can have the default one by MCDI, or you can specify another one, and for the next login, it's going to show your own privacy, your own about us links. So let's close this for now. And the core of the matter, per event, you can decide if a notification is sent and what level of notification is sent. So you select your event here, and you go in the bottom part here where you select if you send an email or an SMS. You go to push notification, and we're going to hit the change button. You have a list of the contact list that we have for this account, and you select who gets the push notification. And in this case, we can have several recipients. To note, you can only have one that receives the verification request. In the past, we used to send that verification request to everyone, and it made some awkward situation where Luke would say, "Oh yes, there is a fire in progress," and Darth Vader here would say, "No, no, there is no fire." So now we really have only one single responder, while all others can receive a notification. Say in a commercial, industrial context, you could send it to every user. You could send it to 30 people if you want, but you have one that is in charge of the response per se. So how we make him a responder, we select here this responder, and that selection is good only for this specific code, in this case, the E130. If you go into your accounts here and you select, let's say, both at the same time, and you go to this, you have a new selection. It's really a different, and this would apply to both codes that you selected. But I'm going to go for my example and do this E130, and to show you what I did. So everyone here receives at least a push notification, but Luke here is special. He receives a request to confirm the alarm. So I'm getting him 120 seconds to respond, and I'm allowing him a 2-minute grace period. So we can top the countdown to 2 minutes. In this case, I'm also including attachments. So that's the third level of service for the push notifications, where it's actually push verification with video. So that means that several of the videos we receive, like the proof images that we receive from some PIR cams like Ajax, AMC, EBS, the Aviation AX Pro, the DACWA Air Shield, they will send an image proof, and we're going to show this image to the subscriber. It will also work with the image proof that we get from Monitorial and HDX, new system that we integrated recently. Very powerful video detection at HDX. They send us a proof image of each event, and we're going to upload it to our subscriber, and that's because I selected the include attachment. And I'm going to save this. So how does it work? Let's see it in action. Let's remember to remove the test. The test mode, our test mode is off at the moment. Note there's a peculiarity on the test mode. You could have a test mode, but still get email, SMS, or push if you decide to have to test the notification at the same time. So I'm going to go back to our traffic is here, and I'm going to simulate an alarm for this account 1236. And what we worked on is the burglary. So we're going to create a burglary alarm here. At first, let's notice something here. The alarm did not pop up, and when I go into traffic, it's actually not available to process. And I click on it, and it says not available for processing, and that's because in our phone here, the subscriber, the subscriber is Luke, that's our responder. So that's because this subscriber got the alarm and we give him 2 minutes to confirm, so that's the button here, or to cancel the alarm. So in Securithor, the alarm is in the pending queue here. And we're basically waiting for the confirmation. So that limits our false alarm quite a lot because we're asking the subscriber to confirm. The subscriber looks at this, he needs more time, he's going to click on the timer and it's going to top the request to 2 minutes. And our operator still did not have the alarm, the event to process. What will happen if the subscriber does not reply within 2 minutes? Then the operator will be able to process the alarm. The other case is if the subscriber confirms by clicking here, so the icon change, you have it in red here as confirmed, so that's green event. It's not in the active anymore. And my alarm now is available to process. So if I unfold the steps, you have the steps that so you know that it was received by both subscriber, Dart and Luke. Luke actually snoozed the alarm. It's like the snooze button on your alarm clock. And he eventually confirmed that the alarm is valid. So you can go and do your processing accordingly. So when I process my event, you're going to have your classic processing, but with the confirmation from the user. So we have it here. I'm opening the cameras that and the UR controls. I have a fogger at this location. And furthermore, if I still need to remember it, if I go into the event history, I have the selection here. And of course, there's multiple processing in this for this account. So I can finalize my event. I'm forced to write a comment in this case, and here we go. We process our alarm that we got into a push notification. Here, the difference, I have different icon. Remember that I had a little timer like this here. This one here shows us that basically with the strike on it, I'm going to put it in the middle so maybe you see it better. So this icon tells us that the subscriber missed the delay, this one that he confirmed the alarm. The other thing that we have in, so that's from MCB, the other thing that we have in this, the push notification that I noticed, we have one here that is a thermal detection. And that's about the same as the event that I have here in Securithor. So in Securithor, you have this confirmation. You have the thermal camera with its normal lens as well. And in the push notifications, as I have the push verification with the video level, this image is actually available, and I can get the same image, the thermal image, or yeah, I did not show you the second one, and or the camera one. So that's exactly the same image that we have here in Securithor. So if you get, let's say, if I get a detection from a monitorial camera, not a camera, but yeah, the event is not available anymore. But if I get the proof image from monitorial, it's going to upload as well in the push notification system. Another thing that we have at that level when we have the push verification is you have an assistance button. So this assistance button is more or less like a panic button that is in the Verificator app. So it's possible to make this request here. And it's going to send like a panic signal, and let's show it from here from the Apple side. So it basically sends your geolocation. It asks you if you want to update it or if you want to cancel it here. This panic button here shows in Securithor with the geolocation of the bearer at the moment. And more, this will show, this here is a live map. I'm showing the Montreal Island, actually, where MCDI is located. And I'm going to go to this because the yellow marker is the marker for panic. And I'm going to go to this location here and to show you that it shows the location of the bearer, even if the account is registered for the Frankfurt train station. So I'm like a few thousand kilometers away from this. So it's really marked to the geolocation of the app bearer. And by clicking on the MCB app, I also have the closest responder. I'm 8 meters from that panic button. And that responder came from the login person in MCB here. So in the MCB app, I'm the one that is actually here, and you have it in this live map. Let me wrap up to see if I missed something interesting. So just to be clear, we say that the app, the Verificator app is co-branded. So the Verificator app is available on the App Store, on the Play Store, or MCDI account, but you are able to co-brand it, meaning that you go into your central info and you select the logo. You select your privacy, you specify your own central phone number and your WhatsApp number. Those are the ones that will show in the app of the subscriber. So if I go to my my iPhone here, and I'm going to switch to this verificator setting here. The WhatsApp number literally open the phone number that you have in this the phone number that you have registered in central info. Your welcome message, it's yours. You can make it as you want. Status of the system is available from here, and then you select which code triggers a push notification or a push verification. It's really granular to the specific account, the specific partition, and to which code you decide to notify. For example, your periodic test might not need a push notification, but arming, disarming, yes, that might warrant a push notification to your, or even a push verification. You might want to send that closing or that opening to the owner of the location. One thing that we're asked often is, why should I use this push notification system while there are already push notification in my panel? Well, the big difference is this system is unified for your central station. So it works even with a 30-year-old panel. You don't need a new alarm panel to get push notification. It's really a complete retrofit. The other thing is it's fairly flexible. You decide which alarm code sends a notification and to whom. I don't think that most alarm panel brands have this level of sophistication, meaning that I can have a set of responder for medical that is different for a panic, and as well for a burglary. So it's really granular. The decision level that you have is really granular. And then there is the notion of push verification. So you decide who is the responder and the attachment proof. So that's important because the attachment could come from a completely different source. So the attachment could come from your monitor ad or your HDX hub. While you have a burglary alarm from your panel, from the door sensor or the volumetric detector. So in the Verificator app, you could have both. Unlike, let's say, what you're going to get from an alarm panel manufacturer. The other thing is that it's your central that is shown, and you have a single app for all the brands. So I don't care if you have 125 brands of panels and camera, it still is one app. So you have one app to support, you have one app to explain to your subscriber, as is much easier than having to work with 20 apps from 20 different manufacturers. Hey, something I see that I forgot here. There is the possibility to pair a Flic button. I don't have one at the moment with me, but I can show you from their website. You can get the Flic button here from directly from Flic. You can use it in the Verificator app, and that assistance button here, you can trigger it from the Flic button. So the Flic button, what I like is to have it on a lanyard inside this holder. I can keep it even under my clothes and activate it, and it's going to trigger the assistance request for you without having to get the phone out of your pockets, open the phone, enter your password, and send the assistance request. So that's pretty much it for this morning session. I kept it under wrap, 50 minutes. We now have time for a Q&A session. So if there are any questions, you can ask them in the chat box. or raise your hand, or well, you can just voice your question. Do remember to unmute. Well, I can unmute all attendees right now, but you still need to unmute your mic in order to ask the question. I know it's always like this. Is when we close a session, then you have a question. Email me. Most of you know how to reach me also on Teams. Skype is no more, so we switch our account to Teams, same handle. Or I'm also available on WhatsApp, among others. So if there are any questions, let's hear them. Giving you a few seconds to think of your questions. My colleague Eric Ramirez from the Mexico desk, MCDI and Mexico, is available if there are any questions in Spanish. Do remember that we have a large network of resellers as well. So if you have any questions, the questions can be answered in Spanish, in Español, by Eric or Tensi Saravia. Our friend Sergio Lapa from Porto in Portugal also speaks Spanish. Of course, speaks English and Portuguese. But we also have a friend like Bert Oberg, who will answer your question in Swedish. Marcus Back in German, and we have also antennas in the Southeast Asia that can answer in Malaysian, Indonesian, Cambodian, and Vietnamese. So I don't see any questions from the floor. Last call, if you have any, or if you want me to show a specific aspect of what we saw this morning. So if there are no more questions, I'm going to bid you a good day, good evening and good night for some of you.